Sometimes football games can come down to the wire. Former Michigan State kicker Brett Swenson has been in a few of those games during his collegiate career. Before Brett made it to East Lansing, he was living in Florida where he played soccer, and then he made the transition to football. Brett played 3 years at Cardinal Gibbons High School, but felt like he needed to transfer.
During my junior year, I had a strong season, and some interest was starting to come out there, but I just felt like I wasn't in the right place at Cardinal Gibbons for what I was trying to accomplish. And an opportunity came up where I was able to attend St. Thomas Aquinas, which is also in Fort Lauderdale as well, which is, I believe to date, they have more NFL players than any other high school in the country. And I was able to go over there, and throughout my senior season, I had a lot of interest from various schools around the country, and I ended up making my decision to go out to Michigan State.
Once the recruitment process began, head coach John L. Smith made his way down to Florida to meet with Brett.
I remember him coming down to the school and meeting with me personally, a very high-energy type guy, and I liked the opportunities that were out there. There was an opportunity for me to potentially start as a true freshman, and that was something I was highly considering while I was looking at different schools where I wanted to attend. And he made it clear that, I had the ability to come in and compete for the starting job. And Michigan State had a great tradition of kickers, before me that went there, and I thought that was something that I wanted to try and continue.
Brett made the trip to East Lansing and remembers his first game in Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, I remember going out there in the stadium. One thing that was nice is that I had Brandon Fields there. It's kind of like a mentor for me. He was a senior, and kind of helped put me at ease there. And I remember going out there for my first field goal attempt, and fortunately, I made the field goal. I remember there being a standing ovation in the stadium because a year prior there was some tough times with the field goal situation. So that was the start of many successful field goals and a great 4 years that I had out there.
One of Brett's most memorable kicks was against Wisconsin on November 1st, 2008. MSU was down by 2 points, and Brian Hoyer was able to get the offense into field goal territory. On the sidelines, Brett was preparing mentally for the potential game winner.
Again, there's always that excitement. As a field goal kicker, that's something that you want to be called on at the end of the game. That's why you sign up. You don't sign up to be a kicker to kick extra points all the time. And one of the things I would try and do is just mentally, picture myself out there with some of my friends in a schoolyard with just us, kicking field goals for fun, and try and take the pressure of the fans and the situation off of myself, and just, again, act as if it's one of the thousands of kicks I've done prior to that. And there's a certain routine that people have, mentally, and the way they approach the kick. It just, helps calm you as part of your routine.
After a surprising timeout called by Wisconsin, Brett came out to kick the field goal, and when it went off his foot, he knew it was going to be good.
Yeah, you could feel it. I'm sure with a lot of different sports and different things like that, maybe basketball, and people are shooting their shot. When you feel it come off your foot, you kind of have a good idea how it's going to be. And there was a lot of confidence as our unit had. I think, we were already 3 for 3 on field goals for the game, and that was the 4th kick there. So, we had a lot of confidence, and once it came off the foot, we were excited. It was definitely a memorable one and something I won't forget.
Once Brett played his final game in a Michigan State uniform, it was tough for him to leave his teammates.
Yeah, it was tough. I remember we were out there at the Alamo Bowl playing Texas Tech, and fortunately we ended up losing that game. And I remember going into the locker room with all the guys and taking off our pads, getting changed, and just some guys realizing, this is the last time they were, strapping us up, and with your teammates, they're all like family. You spend countless hours together, 7 days a week between practice and meetings, walkthroughs, and it was tough to say goodbye to a lot of people. A lot of the guys come from all different parts of the country, and some of them, you may not see again, or if you do see them, it's very infrequently. So it was tough. I had an exciting 4 years there, and I won't forget a lot of the memories and a lot of friendships that I've made throughout the time.
Brett would then be invited to the Senior Bowl to show off his skills to NFL scouts.
The Senior Bowl out in Mobile was a great experience. It was kind of the first feel of how it works maybe in the NFL. You're being coached up by NFL coaches on different teams, and you're with other top prospects of the NFL that are out there. Between the meetings, meeting with different coaches, different players after practice, it just kind of you feel like this is real. It's all starting to come together. You're still wearing your college helmets and decals and things like that, but the next step's right around the corner, and it was just a preparation for what was going to come.
After the Senior Bowl, Brett was then invited to the NFL Combine.
Like they say, probably the most intense job interview you could do. You fly out there to Indianapolis, You're in meetings all day and all night, measurements, weight, height, speed, strength, meeting with coaches all night long, and of course, for myself, position-specific workouts like the field goal, kicking, and kickoffs. And it's a few days, a lot of stress, a lot of excitement. Again, you're surrounded by the top prospects around the country for all positions. And again, that's an experience that is going to be hard to forget.
Brett then waited to see if he would be drafted or signed as a free agent.
I remember, leading up to the draft and throughout the draft process, speaking to different teams and not knowing what was going to happen or where I was going to end up. And I was fortunate to end up out in Indianapolis there with a great organization. However, unfortunately, while being out there, I ended up tearing my groin and had to get a sports hernia surgery, which really curtailed things out there and throughout the rehab process.
After the injury, Brett would try to get back into the NFL, but he then switched his focus to starting a family in Florida. Brett looks back at his football career and how there are multiple lessons that are learned when playing the game.
With the game of football, as people say, there's, life lessons left and right that you're learning. How to work as a team and responsibility and things like that. And more of like a lifestyle where it's, every day is a constant grind and working towards, where you want to get to. Nothing comes easy. That's something that you learn there, and you got to perfect whatever your craft is.